People who've been arrested. What happened? I got arrested for slamming my wife's boss into a wall. Twice, and I don't regret a single second of it. Jessica, my wife, had been working at this fancy tech startup for about 2 years. Her boss, Richard, was this hotshot golden boy who inherited the company from his dad. At first, everything seemed fine. He gave her good projects, fair raises, seemed professional. Then came the gifts. First, it was expensive coffee, then high-end chocolates. She thought he was just being nice. I didn't buy it. He started hovering around her desk more, making comments that were just a little too familiar. Then he suggested they discuss her promotion over dinner. Jessica said no, reminded him she was married. He laughed like it was a joke. After that, the gifts got more personal. A silk scarf that matched her eyes. A bottle of perfume he said smelled like her energy. She stopped laughing it off, started avoiding him, ate lunch at her desk, took weird routes to avoid him in the hallway, but he always found her. Then came the company retreat, mandatory 2-day stay at a luxury resort. Jessica didn't want to go, but was scared to lose her job. We were relying on her paycheck while I built up my contracting business. She called me the first night, voice shaking, said Richard accidentally gave her room key to a male co-worker, and then suggested she sleep in his suite for safety. She slept in her car. I wanted her to quit right then, but we had bills. She stayed and started documenting everything. Messages, incidents, times, dates, even screenshots. HR did nothing. Richard's dad was still chairman, and no one wanted to touch the boss's son. Then last Tuesday happened. Jessica left her phone on her desk when she went to the bathroom. Richard swooped in. When she came back, he was flipping through her photo gallery, smirking, said he especially enjoyed the bikini pics from our anniversary trip, asked if she always wore such tiny swimsuits. She called me in tears. While she was on the phone, I heard it, a knock, his voice. Jessica, got a minute to discuss that project? She said, no, he didn't care. Come on, don't be difficult. I'm your boss, remember? I was already in my truck before she could tell me to calm down. 20 minutes later, I walked into her office. There he was, cornering her, leaning in, brushing her hair while she kept backing away. I didn't say a word, just grabbed him by the collar of his overpriced suit and planted his face into the wall, twice. Security ran in. Cops weren't far behind. They cuffed me while Richard played the victim, blood dripping down his smug face. But Jessica? She wasn't staying quiet anymore. She showed the cops everything. His messages, the gift logs, the HR complaints that went nowhere, photos of him creeping near her desk. 3 other women in the office came forward that same day. I spent 1 night in jail. Jessica bailed me out the next morning. By the end of the week, charges were dropped. With so many women coming forward and all the evidence, Richard didn't have a leg to stand on. The board forced him to resign. His dad, finally realizing what kind of monster he'd enabled, stepped back from the company entirely. They promoted Jessica to head of department. The only thing I lost that night was some sleep. The only thing I gained was peace of mind, knowing my wife was finally safe. Turns out some things are worth a pair of handcuffs. Last I heard, Richard moved out of state, still trying to cling to daddy's company. But this time, his face and the story of what he did is in every local paper. So wherever he goes, they know exactly who he is.